before she comes. It's like she's Catholic during Lent, you know, fasting. So she fasted on Friday, and she spent all her time yesterday traveling in a box, so she really didn't expend a lot of calories. So she'll be eating this evening when we get home. So we try not to feed her right before, the day before a program, and then we solve that problem. Even if she wants to, there's nothing in there to vomit, right? Yeah.
Is she smaller than normal because of living in captivity?
No, she was full grown when she was down.
Okay.
Yeah, so even though she was a juvenile bird, she wasn't a baby bird. So birds go from hatch out of the egg to fly away and be on their own in no more than 4 months for most of them. Okay, that's the longest. That's, I mean, my kids, 18 years? Sometimes I wish they were birds. So 4 months. They're full grown. They have all their feathers. Sometimes they have a slightly longer tail because that gives them better steering. It's like having training wheels. But then, sometimes, it depends on the species. With a turkey vulture, it's about 1 year. On their first birthday, when they're starting to molt the first time, then they will change into a full adult that can breed.
Right.
And so that's where the change happens. So whenever you see a bird with all their feathers, they're full size. Now I will say, she's an average sized turkey vulture. But when you see birds, and this doesn't make sense right off the bat, is when you see birds like this, they look smaller than when you see them out in the wild.
Yeah.
When you see them out in the wild, you're like, whoa. Like owls especially. You see them at twilight, and people tell me, I saw an owl this big. And I'm like, well, there are no owls that big, but maybe you saw a ghost, I don't know. But they look bigger out in the wild. So when you have them in hand, they don't look quite as large. Although I will say, when I don't have an eagle permit, but I have worked with eagles. Whenever I have an eagle, people always go, because she's pretty good sized. She's a little over 3 pounds, and she's longer than, she's almost, she's like 2 feet long. Yes, that's my hand. There's no food in it. There you go. But if I were holding an eagle right here, the eagle would be taller than me. And their feet are so big, if you include the talon, their foot is about as big as my hand. So eagles are very large, even in person. Okay? So that's a little bit more about Aeolus and about turkey vultures. Any final questions? Sorry.
The sense of smell. You ever hear that vultures have a great sense of smell? I see you've got a big hole in their beak for probably for olfactory. So how good are vultures' sense of smell?
Well, and it's not all vultures. It's just this one and 2 other species in South America. All birds in North America have virtually no smell except turkey vultures. Even black vultures and California condors do not have a sense of smell. They actually pay attention, well, I don't know about the California condors, but the black vultures, where their territory crosses with turkey vultures, they'll keep an eye on these guys to find food. Okay? And their sense of smell is very keen. They can smell even from far away, although you will see them soar lower when they start to smell something to try to locate it exactly. And where their keenest sense of smell, though, is for the smell of decomposition. Not my favorite smell. So essentially, she can find her food by smell. And that's something that's very interesting, because that also means that virtually no bird has a sense of taste either, which is probably good, because like owls will hunt skunks, and they don't care what they smell like because they can't smell them. But turkey vultures do have a very good sense of smell. Now some people, if you're as old as I am or older, you've heard the old wives' tale, if you find a baby bird, you can't put it back in the nest because the mom will smell you on it and won't feed the bird. It sounded like a great idea because the birds kept falling out of the nest. It wasn't the mother rejecting them, it's usually the siblings pushing them out. But that makes more sense there. But baby birds are taken care of by their parents by instinct. They can't smell them. So the best place for a baby bird, if you can find a nest, if you can get to it, is back in the nest. And she can smell, but I can tell you, she wouldn't care if you touched your babies as long as they were back there for her to take care of. They don't do that. So taking care of baby birds is best done by birds of the same species. Sometimes in captivity, though, we'll have similar species help us raise baby birds. We do not ever want to feed baby birds by hand if we can avoid it, because the birds imprint very quickly. Remember, they're done and leave the nest no later than 4 months old. So they're gonna very quickly decide what they are. And we want them to decide that they're a bird, not a human. So if you do find a baby bird, I have a handout for that. I did not create it, but I put the name of the organization that did on here. If you find a baby bird, this flow chart will tell you what to do. We want you to bring it to a rehabilitator as a last resort, because a lot of times we think baby birds are orphaned, and so we take them to a rehabilitator, and what we really did was kidnap. The parents were still nearby, still taking care of them, so we want to make sure that we do what's best for them.